Right, very good morning, everybody. Okay. Right. Right. Put that there. Oh, that's where. Oh. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh, are we? Oh, that's how you push it. Okay. So that is one workbench. Okay. Right. Dun, dun, dun. Enable the selected feature page to customize the product feature. Okay. Click next. X. Oh, hold on. I've got the other one as well, haven't I? You actually keep two, don't you? And that one. Right, so they're both there. Good. Execute. Right, so they are now being downloaded, Workbench and the SQL server. Oh, good morning. Squeaky, creaky voice. Good morning. So at the moment, on MySQL, got the Workbench, the server, and then I've got a video on YouTube, 3 hours worth of adding bits and pieces. So that is next. Right, so what it's saying is select features to install program shortcut MySQL server, client programs, and development components. So we'll click next and execute. Right, so I've got the little pencil on Workbench. I mean, I can show you the screen. There we go. So my SQL Workbench is 99%, and then I'll go to, yeah, that one's done. So yeah, didn't want to bore you, because some of it's kind of, it's like it reminds me of Excel. Who have we got? We've got Keen. Paul, you feel, you will feel, what? What? Right, okay, I'll feel it, yeah, of course. 30 minutes, there you can. Have yourself a back seat. You know, I'm going to tell you something, right? In adult learn, oh, hold on, click next. So they're complete. Ready to configure SQL, yeah. developer computer, yes, port TCP TCP / PIP, or it's IP. Next. Next. Bite my pudding. Account rules. Okay, so password. Do that again. Could be in a daft place. Putting a password in for the SQL installer. So I will be with you in a second. Repeat. Okay. Ooh, that's a strong password. Right, so user accounts, host, user. Right, click. Standard or custom? Yeah, which one did he say? Did he say standard or custom? Start at startup, yeah. Grant full access to the user running Windows service, yes. Executes. So that's getting sorted. And yeah, this video I'm watching is 3 hours long. It's covering relational SQL, because there's 2 different types. Right, finish. Bosh. Configuration complete. Good. And finish. So that's one part. Aha! Welcome to my SQL Workbench. Now this is where you got to do the local host part. Okay. Right, so there we go. Bit of that. So got to go into there and then do local host, and hey, Bok Bok. Do you think you'll be a master by the end of the video? No. I'll just have a little bit of knowledge up here. I did do Excel, but it was a long time ago. But I did do it. And ID and all of the, there's fields and rows and columns, all that kind of stuff. Good morning, Inu. Good morning. I'm just like, paraphrasing, as in it's kind of like the same format where you have a row of information and then it goes all the way down. Just takes ages and ages to sort stuff. Yeah, well, I've got learning all the way through, and like SQL building, and also doing a little bit of tinkering as well. Morning, Jeremy. Your Excel knowledge will help. Basically the same. Yeah, that's what I was just saying to Bok. It's quite similar, and like say, there's bits I'm gonna learn, but that's what it's all about. Adult learning. It's like some people want to, others don't. Good morning, Thomas. Good morning. I'll show you what's on screen at the moment, Thomas. Bush. So I'm gonna name this local and start filling in the fields and all of the information. And next 8 weeks will be doing the asset. Yeah. Well, the thing is, Thomas, I haven't done this for absolutely donkeys years, and it's just like some people say, like riding a bike. You know, um, you may not have like rode a bike since you were a little bod, but after a few goes, you know. John Leddy, who are selling wind turbines for 100k each. Well, they would be the huge, gigantic ones, which are probably about 150, 200 feet tall with the gigantic blades. I don't know, but the ones I'm talking about and had talked about in the past, they're telescopic. They only go to 30 feet, and they have blades that come down and catch the wind. Good morning, Mark. What is Mark? Look, yeah, I'm doing a thing called SQL, Mark, and I haven't done it for some time, but it's now loaded up onto the computer, the Workbench, where I'll be doing most of the stuff. It's there, and I've just got to build, and lots of stuff. I first noticed SQL when I went on to Superbase, Lardo, and it's a standard query language. Sure, I've just got that right, but that's what it is. Well, the turbines, John, which I am going to get, is they're 30-foot tall, they're telescopic, so you can raise and lower the height. But they are just to sit right next to a solar panel across, the entire site. And I was looking at prices on them, where the price was in thousands, not hundreds of thousands. But we'll get to that, because obviously when I go onto the exchange and do the process there, they can come out the door and then people can look at them, because I'll be posting everywhere anyway. But with this SQL, it's basically me building a huge database. It's going to include lots of things: restaurants, places of business, that sort of stuff. And yeah, but got to fix one thing today because somebody sent me a message and they looked at the bottom of their profile and so, oh, I've got this amount of BTC or this amount of Sol or Ethereum, and somebody sent me a message saying, "Oh, I I've got this, I want to cash it out," and it's like it's an example. It's like Golden Bennett, man. I mean, it's that's all it was, an example. Yes, it is, Thomas. So there's that. Um, oh, it's going to be very busy, Thomas. I mean, I'm sure you're going to be very busy with Sunderland Nation as well. And what I'm trying to do with that is something that hasn't been done before. I didn't come up with the idea. Um, those people at Claude 4 came up with the idea, and I was like, fair enough, it's your idea. But 2.5 ETH, yeah. Well, when I was building, yeah, there was going to be bits I'm going to miss out, and having everybody. I mean, in the first change, it was like people with many thousands of subscribers, and I says, look, sort that out, and it did that. I'm looking forward to being a guest in your box at St James's Park. Yeah, well, that uh, are we staying at St James's Park though? Are we, or are we going into? I don't think we're going into Leisure Park. It may be the other side, like where the cows can on. I just don't know. Um, yes, Thomas, I realise that, and what the hope was that people are going to like maybe look at that and think. But as I said to the person this morning when they mentioned it in the comments, I said to them that if you've got that much at the bottom, where's the receipts for that item? Like if it was like Sol, Ethereum, etc. No, Alexander, no. There's a thing where we can, I mean, as I initially set out with Geordie Nation, a 25-mile circle. Sunderland's within 25 mile. So Sunderland was already covered, and that's because it's within that 25 mile. Thomas, I'm going to, after I've sorted this SQL, speak to Lovable about that, because like they've designed the page that you're looking at, yeah, and when you're starting up, little things need polishing. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this is like from now until like I go into an old people's home sort of thing. So it's constantly, going to evolve and update, stuff like that. I mean, that there's another one with going to list on Play Store and iTunes or the App Store, whatever it's called, and following their protocol to get Seeking You there, but not just Seeking You. It's all of them. And then as they grow, remember this SQL thing, yeah, which I'm doing at the moment. With that, there's that part, and then there's also like moving the blocks around within Seeking You, like they expanding the business. So there's different types of business and location. Or there's golden brand. I mean, it's a bit like a gigantic bucket. Whoosh, you know what I mean, straight at you. But yeah. I don't expect to make any money so far, Lordo. No. Maybe next summer, maybe. But everything's going to go back into it. You know, I mean, the stuff which is on the exchange, which is different, I can create another one, go through the same process of putting it on that exchange, and use that to acquire more office space, etc. What's the value of the business? Says Benji. And when did I get? Where's the new money being made? All startups, you know, it's a struggle. It's getting word of mouth out there, which it's pretty far across social media now anyway. But it's also people coming in. So where money's concerned, it's there, but it's not like mega. So paying a wage to myself, to Ray for marketing, etc., will be low. The people who would be paying are already earning, like YouTubers. And yeah, I suppose I could change that. But this is a startup. Raise me neighbour. I'm not sure if he's either Polish or Maltese, in the Mediterranean, but that's where he is from. Yeah, Ray's the one I went to the shop with. We were talking about Seeking You on route, and it because obviously his background is marketing, and he's talking to people in Canada and the United States of America at the minute, and there's a few people in Europe also looking. No, well, hopefully, you know, I mean, if I can get this next phase, which is to first of all get the SQL fixed, sorted, and I've done the workbench and the server already, so it's just a case of implementing the information as much as I can, then cleaning inside of Seeking You. making little tiny alterations. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, mate. Can I ask you a question, Thomas? Right. The question's this. I'm 58. So how old are you? Let me know. Because the mission is we grow. You're 26. Oh, so you've got loads of things to come to you, mate. Loads of things. You see, the core of these apps is this: all helping each other the best we can. And with Geordie Nation, yeah, that's the people of the Northeast, all of the Northeast, not just Newcastle, but the whole. Even, you know, as far down as the border with Yorkshire. This is how far it's got to expand, and then as far across to like where that border is with Carlisle. So that's just giving you the little a little taste of what's about to come. And there's also assets to integrate, and they'll fall under the business section, and that is a new form of banking. But yeah, there's lots to do, and I knew this was going to come. It's just like, you know, saying to those, you know, Department of Works and Pensions, are you going to make your own bank? Kind of, yes, kind of. If you want to know the name, you'll have to wait for that. But the name has been chosen. And when I chose the name, it's actually on Facebook as well. And when I chose the name, it was because loads of people were complaining to us. And we're like, oh man, why are they doing this? And, you know, somebody came up with an idea, which is pretty crazy and pretty bonkers. But this was the idea. We'll shut the branches and we will send a little van out or a bus to the villages. And I was thinking, and you get paid how much money to come up with that decision? Because all that does is puts fear out to people. And I was like, don't do it, man. But that's what they did. So the one which I've got, which is on Facebook, it will have a picture of what used to be a bank. Bok is saying, good morning, Alpha 1 Kenny. Honestly, I prefer online banking, but don't have to spend a day traveling. Yeah, well, you've got a point. You've got a very valid point there. You know, I mean, who really does want to like jump in the car and travel 10 miles just to speak to somebody? You want it local, you know? And right. But yeah, that's there is an asset for it. It just needs to be pushed out the door because it's already there. And how I'm going to do pushing out the door is dead simple. I put money into my exchange account, spin that money round from ETH to the other, and then buy it and then offer it. Some people will turn around and say it's a bit of a bribe, right? Because you're like, the easiest way to put it is you're buying a person's vote. Yeah. But if that's how the system operates, now you can do about it. You've got to just put your best offer forward. So that's to come in the next few months. And then that'll pay for the other bits. It all interconnects. So yes, there's lots and lots of things. I mean, that business plan, which is on Claude right now, yeah, that business plan is, I believe, a 6-month business plan. But the cost just to lift it, to fly in, that's a staggering amount of money. That's why I turn around and give that one to a big, like those in Parliament. Right. So we've got 18 people here and we've got 3 likes. How are man, people? Too reliant on AI, Thomas? Not really. There's a reason why. Because not all AI is brilliant. Example, Bolt. And the other one is Claude Sonnet as well. Because that problem I had the other day with Geordie Nation, I honestly believe this. If one platform can do something, they all should. Every single AI platform. But if they can't, what they're doing wrong? Do you know what I mean? And when I tried Bolt, that was like all these lines of code. There was 7,000 plus lines, but it wasn't all clean. And you don't want to keep reading the same thing over and over and over again. So it didn't learn, the errors in the code. It didn't learn. What does clean mean? Working code in you, working, i.e., you put the code down and it does something. Yeah, I would say that's clean. Whereas, like the first version of Seeking You, the page didn't look spectacular. No. And when you clicked on sign up, a box appeared, but the box did not work. And speaking to Eric at Suterbase, he turned round and he said, disable it because you will be charged. So, yeah. So, lots to do. No, well, here's the thing, and that's the first one of the day. AI. I'm giving it an instruction. I'm going to get simple stuff. Please sit down. Now, if AI doesn't go and sit down, why? Why aren't you sitting down? Because I've just told you to sit down. And like these, the AI agents, again, with them. I'll try, Alpha, Kenny. I'll try. It's not really important because I've said it all my life, you know. And the one thing I want to be able to do, which I was saying to Lovable the other day, is have the manager and then the manager's little bods. I think they're called little bods. But, you know, they're his team and they're to make sure everything runs smoothly. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how to react to that, John. Honestly, I'm not sure how to react to that. So I'll message John. I've got his number. But yeah, um, not sure how to react to that. Now, lots of stuff to do. Oh, and then I can show those wonderful people down at Upper Parliament Street progression, and also a little bit of polishing. And polishing is for the main page, and then to turn around and say the colours are nice, but can we do better? And then little tiny improvements. And heck of a lot of work. The people at the Department of Works and Pensions, they're people. They're not robots. They're not plugged in. They're actual people. And, you know, everybody makes mistakes, man. You know, everybody. Yeah, I mean, it was a neighbour who asked me because when this neighbour sees me wearing my football shirt, I don't think he supports a team, but he did hear and tell me about it, and I was like, yeah, it is sad. It's very sad. Two members of a family wiped out. You know, I mean, very, very sad news. And my respects to the family and to Liverpool as a football club because it's harsh. But yeah, these things happen. Tomorrow is never given. If you wake up tomorrow morning, that's a bonus. Bok is saying, do you fear an AI uprising? No, I don't. One thing I want to be able to expand upon is the amount of people who actually understand. You know what I mean? What you got to remember is this, and I think this is the best analogy. Any like person, like carpenter, blacksmith, etc., they got tools. Yeah, hammers, saws, chisels, screwdrivers, etc. AI is just another tool. It's better. It can do stuff, but you've got to be strict with it. Otherwise, things go straight off the rails. Well, learning process. Um, I've been learning. I think since I was 20. Different subjects. There's some subjects I could cover in a new channel, but this is important. This is the front. Did I ever intend to have Seeking You? No, it was you who turned round and said, have a look at AI. That's exactly what I did. I had a look. Paul, you aren't asking it to fix stuff again. What? How is that learning? Well, I'm going to show you something. One moment. Take me cup, because I end up sitting down. Well, I want to show you something. Now, I'm 58 years old. AE. Yeah? I'm 58 years old. Look what's on my screen. Yeah? This. I'm going to click into this. Yeah? But this is on my screen. So, going through that process is learning. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing here, but I'm curious. I'm curious how the guy on the other screen in the bedroom is doing stuff and putting that right there. You know what I mean? Yes, but having the AI make the website for you. If you want to build something, there's two ways you can do that. You can buy pre-packed, which means you build it yourself. Like, here's an example for you. IKEA. We all know everything in IKEA is flat packed. You some blokes look at the instructions and some blokes go and fling the instructions over the other side of the room and then wonder why hours and hours later they're struggling. But what I'm trying to do is build like my first SQL workbench, do another one for Geordie Nation, another one for Mighty Magpie Show, because this is the format I've got to use. Where's the problem? I am learning because do you see anybody else standing around us? It's me, and if it's not me, who else does it? You know, I mean, to have something which you want to be a business, well, it's kind of like pull your finger out, mate. Do you know what I mean? Why does the TV need an SQL database? the TV in you. Excuse me? Yeah, could you like expand on that one, please? But yeah, there's that workbench to build, and also the criteria that's inside seeking you, and there's Coven Bannerman. There's a pile of information. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this is yeah. Tell you what it is, right? I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this world. A lot of people. 8 billion in chunk and change. Yeah, you're not going to make everybody happy by what you're trying to do. But I look at it this way: you build it, people come and have a look, and those people either like, enjoy, or you don't. And what I'm trying to show in in this is simple. That's the I didn't ask for anything over the top, extravagant. No, didn't want that. And yeah, there's going to be people who don't like. Deal with it. Just deal with it because I ain't stopping. You know, it's like subscribers here. Yeah, you're subscribing because you like the content. What's he going to do next? So you've seen one thing, the next thing's coming, and then straight after the next thing comes. Mighty Magpie, sure. So I can show His Excellency and those up at St James's Park, they're missing out on something. It's up to them if they decide to look. But it's coming. So yeah. Huge amount of stuff to do. Also, new laptop as well. Hopefully with a bigger hard drive. And then sometime within 2025, streaming of games. The games are going to be Star Citizen, Escape from Tarkov, and games related to that. And that would be using Discord. One problem I've got with that, I need a screen for Discord and screen for the game. What were you doing? What were you doing is paying like IKEA. No, I'm saying IKEA. What you look at in the store is flat pack. You don't go to the store and buy something from IKEA and it gets delivered where it's constructed. You've got to build it at home. That's what I was on about. So, much information, and there's lots to do. And like I said to a good friend who's up in Manchester, it's going to be some long hours. You get to see some of it here, get to see most of it, but there's boring bits, and I'm not going to show you the boring bits. But yeah, learning SQL, learning forming databases, and then polishing, seeking you, and Geordie Nation, and Mighty Magpie Show. Anyway, much to do. Thank you all very much for being here. There's 24 years here. If you could please hit the like button on your exit, and we will continue, because you've got this all the way through this year, next year, and beyond. So thank you all very much for coming, and see you all later today. Have a wonderful Saturday.